I think the message that you carry to Washington, that you have been tremendous allies on, that the states are well situated to handle and oversee this industry. Very quickly, we heard in the introduction that Marcellus Shale is a game changer. These numbers that we have here on the first slide certainly convey that. Up to 25% of the U.S. shale gas production, 10% of all natural gas production coming from Pennsylvania right now, and we have moved up to the third largest natural gas producing state in the nation. And Congressman Green, we have our eyes on our neighbors and our competitors in that as well. Quick overview of the drilling activity here. Statewide map shows you the wells, the unconventional wells drilled, as well as the permitting activity, just to give you a sense of the geographic dispersion and diversity here. 67 counties in the Commonwealth, 40 counties to date have drilled at least one unconventional well. Certainly the northern tier, like Lycoming, Bradford, Tioga, Susquehanna County, have seen the bulk of the activity with the dry gas. As you get into western Pennsylvania, southwestern Pennsylvania, and we see a transition with the wet gas change to the economics, significant economic opportunities on both the northern tier as well as the southwestern that I will talk about. Quick visual here of 2013. To date, through June 30th, 627 wells have been spud and commenced drilling, and we're starting to see an increase in the northwest part of the Commonwealth with the interest in the Utica Shale, some of the other unconventional plays, and the wet gas and the economics again driving that, sort of feeling out what the potential is there for development. Key note here to observe as we talk about the geographic diversity. 40 counties out of 67 are hosting at least one well. However, 60% of our Commonwealth and the population falls within those counties that do not. That has a significant impact on the discussion and decisions in Harrisburg. And is often something we need to be very mindful of as our legislature, governor, consider public policy questions before them. Quick overview by the numbers on drilling. Just to give you a sense, since really 2005 when this play started to take off, almost 7,000 wells, 678 as of a few days ago for this calendar year. A little more than half of those wells are producing. So we have a significant number of wells that still need to be connected or completed and adding into the production stream. However, you can see from those bottom numbers right there, just a significant amount of natural gas production. We changed our law in 2010 to require production reporting every 6 months. Prior to that, annually, and those numbers have been held confidential for a period of 5 years. Now we post it on the web every 6 months, and you can see we have doubled the production on an annual basis going back through 2010. Continuing on by the numbers, we have seen a dramatic shift, as many of you know well, from natural gas drilling to oil drilling across the country. Certainly from 2011, as you can see the numbers nationally, as well as Pennsylvania's gas rig count through July 2013. However, I point you to that number at the bottom there. Pennsylvania, the Marcellus Shale, has still continued to fare well. While there's less gas drilling across the country and more interest in the oil and the wet plays, Pennsylvania is still seen as a destination of choice. The access to the markets in the Northeast and demand for natural gas positions us very well. Now what we're here to talk about today, jobs. Governor Corbett has a central theme. As he talks about energy, he talks about natural gas. Energy equals jobs. It's the end game. It's what we're all interested in. It's what you're interested in. As you craft policy in Washington, we craft policy here in Harrisburg, and our local elected officials craft policy in their regions. We're trying to employ Pennsylvania. The numbers on natural gas and oil in Pennsylvania are significant. 245,000 Pennsylvanians within the core and ancillary jobs here in Pennsylvania. And these are significant salary jobs, much higher than our average wages. So these are good family-sustaining jobs. We've seen an increase in the number of Pennsylvanians that are holding these jobs, approximately 74%, which exceeds the average percentage of new jobs in Pennsylvania. There has been this conception early on that all these jobs are going sort of out of staters. When are the Pennsylvanians going to benefit from that? When we track those numbers, we've seen those numbers, and those numbers bear out the story. The Pennsylvanians, in fact, are benefiting from that. The contribution to the state coffers is also significant, over $1.7 billion in corporate taxes. We have corporate income, personal income, sales and use of liquid fuels, you name it, a host of taxes that are contributing to the coffers of the Commonwealth. And a new impact fee signed by Governor Corbett last February 2012, enacted by the legislature, has brought in $406 million, benefiting all communities across the state. And this sort of very positive forward projection on the jobs contribution of Marcellus Shale unconventional gas in Pennsylvania is held not just by us, but an awful lot of outside analysts. I put before you today the projections from IHS, an extraordinarily well-respected analyst firm that looks at the contributions from shale plays across the country, specifically here in Pennsylvania, both in economic input as well as the job growth. Now, at the end of the day, we're all committed to ensuring we do this right. We're not pursuing jobs at any cost. Our first and foremost responsibility is protecting the air, land, and water resources of the Commonwealth. We live here, we breathe the air, we drink the water, we live in these communities. Pennsylvania at times has a reputation or a belief that we're slow to act as a Commonwealth. We're last in to do something. I would argue that the record bears that's not accurate. A quick overview of some of the regulatory steps Pennsylvania has taken since the onset of the Marcellus Shale. One of the first things the Commonwealth did was increase its permitting fees, so it increased the boots on the ground. We've gone from approximately 74 staff to over 202 staff. Chapter 78 revisions were significant, completed in Governor Corbett's first quarter in office in 2011. Fundamentally rewrote how we construct, case, and cement our well to guard against methane migration and other intrusions into the aquifer, protect freshwater. Wastewater treatment standards, end-of-pipe discharge standards for those who wish to treat flowback water, production water, ensure that as it's reintroduced into the environment, encourage recycling of that it's going to protect our surface and our groundwater. And the last point there, April 2011, Governor Corbett and Secretary Cranston called on Marcellus operators to stop sending wastewater to publicly owned treatment systems that had been grandfathered in under a prior rule. We received compliance on that within a month from the operators working closely to ensure that that wastewater was being properly handled, properly treated, and in many cases recycled. On the legislative side, our friends in the General Assembly, Representative Baker joins us today, have been strong allies in ensuring that our laws are kept up with the practices that we have today. Act 15 I talked about on the production reporting, very important on the transparency side, how much gas, where is it coming out, let's get that information out there. It serves a significant economic impact. The Wall Street analysts are the first ones at 12:01, the day after the reporting requirement, to go online and see, are we meeting projections? The companies follow this, very significant. It also gives a transparency aspect for the landowners to be able to see how wells in their particular region, in their area, down the street, are producing. The Gas and Hazardous Liquids Pipeline Act. One of the things that we needed to do is ensure that the pipelines that are out there are safe, are being inspected. The legislature extended the authority of the federal government to oversee those to our state public utility commissions, so we can have boots on the ground. Emergency response, as you know well, a lot of these facilities, operations are out in remote areas. We need to be able to respond to those, get the emergency responders to locations that may be hard to describe. We're addressing GPS coordinate requirements that are assisting to do that. And Act 13 in 2011, or 2012, our first comprehensive update of the Oil and Gas Act since 1984, authorized the impact fee, authorized a significant enhancement of our environmental standards, setbacks, etc., well bonding, penalties, permitting, transparency, hydraulic fracturing, disclosure, you name it, included in that very comprehensive document. The energy landscape has certainly been changing with this abundance of natural gas. This is a quick overview of pending permits to construct new natural gas fired generation. We have two facilities in this region, Marcy, looking at Bradford as well as Montgomery County. At the end of the day, how many of these facilities will be built? We don't know. This is certainly, though, a very positive, significant indication of the interest, the demand for this natural gas for electric generation. And it's a significant economic development driver as well. You can roughly equate, as you look at some of these numbers, $1 million of capital expenditure for each proposed megawatt of new generation capacity. That's a significant economic impact to the local region. Benefits for customers. So we talked earlier about the geographic diversity. 40 counties are seeing production and drilling activity. However, the benefit across the board has been significant. All Pennsylvanians are benefiting from lower electricity prices. If you see the calendar trend here throughout the PJM, which is our local regional transmission organization, of nearly 40% lower electricity prices since 2008. Not 3 or 4 or 5%, 40%. That translates into thousands of dollars savings. And as you get into the industrial, commercial manufacturing, that translates into tens of thousands of dollars in lower energy costs, increases our competitiveness as an economy. Beyond the electricity, the sheer reduction in natural gas prices themselves for end-use consumers. Before you is a chart of our major natural gas utilities across the Commonwealth. You can see what they were paying in 2008 versus 2012 with the abundance of natural gas. And from the onset of production, as we really started to ramp up in 2008 through 2012, again, we're talking about 40, 50, 60% of reduction. I have one more slide, and then wrap up here. And beyond the economic savings there, you also have significant environmental benefits. This chart shows the reduction in carbon, sulfur, and nitrogen oxides that are benefiting Pennsylvania's improving air quality. So with that, I appreciate your attention. I look forward to the discussion.
Thank you, sir. Now you